Welcome to part 6 of Twilight Princess. And at long last, after a very lengthy introductory sequence, we have finally entered our first dungeon of the game. The Forest Temple. Now, I know what you're thinking. Didn't we have a Forest Temple in an earlier Zelda game? Well, yes. I mean, in Ocarina of Time we had a Forest Temple, but that Forest Temple, it was a mansion that had seen better days. It was overgrown with weeds and was filled with spooky stuff like Poes and Skull Warriors and whatnot. So, yeah. But this Forest Temple in this game has a more forest quality to it. I mean, there are trees, there are vines, there are bugs. Ugh. Anyway, those bugs I just killed, they're known as Waltolas. And they're essentially similar to the skull Waltolas of Ocarina of Time. And, well, the major difference is that they have no skulls on their back, as far as I'm aware of. I mean, they could have skulls the color purple, but what do I know? I don't look at the enemy detail art online, so So, yay. And of course, this, I have to also point out that this temple here, well, it does remind you of Forbidden Woods in Wind Waker and Woodfall Temple in Majora's Mask, so, yeah. Anyway, hey, it's the monkey! We've seen her before, and those spiders did not go after her. I wonder why. Yeah, the monkey here is pretty much beckoning you to follow her. We'll do so after killing these spiders. Yay. Alright, so, alright, monkey, what do you want? Come on. I know. I'm following you, monkey. Yeah. Anyway, that symbol on the door right here, that is actually the same symbol that appears on the wooden shield of young Link in Ocarina of Time. So, that's a nice little continuity nod here. And oh my god! Oh, whoa, whoa! Yes, this is the Skulltula of this game. And, woo. Unlike its Nintendo 64 counterparts, it actually acts like a real spider. I mean, wouldn't you want an enemy that would just drop down and turn around, exposing its weak underbelly often? Yeah. Anyway, the thing I just hit and curled up into a ball, that thing is known as a bombling. Now, there are things that we need to blow up in this temple, and unfortunately, we do not have access to bombs yet. So these bomblings will be our source of explosives for this temple. Now, they'll usually stand up and until you get close to them, and then they'll lower themselves and they will actually hit you, and you'll see that later on. Anyway, as you just saw, I lit the 4 torches to pretty much activate a set of stairs. Oh yay, our dungeon map, whoop-de-freaking-do. And we're familiar with that whole treasure chest opening thingy-ma-bobber. Now, I do like here that, but before I get to that, cutscene. Alright, monkey goes across the bridge. And hello there. Yes, everybody, meet Ook, the baboon. And Ook just cut the bridge with his boomerang. And he just mooned us, too. Oh, back at you, stupid primate. Anyway, Ook here is the leader of the monkeys, and like this monkey said, he's been acting all weird. We'll find out why later on in this video. Anyway, as I was saying earlier, the way doors are open, it's much more realistic because, again, this game is the most realist real Zelda that will appear in any Zelda game. You know how you stand in front of the door, you press the A button, and the door automatically opens up? Well, Link actually has to force it open, like so. See? Actual work! Nice detail. Oh goody, a bombling, and right behind the bombling is a wall we can blow up. Run away! Don't get caught in the explosion yourself. Yeah, sometimes these bomblings do not want to be cooperative. See, look at that. Alright. Whoa! Let's get these pots right here. And yes, I know that's a blue rupee. Whoop-de freaking do. Alright, now one of these pots is moving. So let's investigate this one, shall we? Whoa! What the? Whoa! What the heck is that? Whoa, ho, ho, ho! It's a, chicken with a deformed human's head. Folks, meet Akko. Akko here is essentially a bird human thing known as the Oka, and well, despite its freaky looking appearance, it actually serves a useful purpose in this game. Essentially, she essentially is your way out of here. Essentially, if you want to get out of here after taking massive damage, using your supplies and stuff, you want to get out of here quickly, you just equipped Oko to one of your item buttons, use her, and she will warp you out of this dungeon. Well, back to the dungeon entrance, that is. And she will leave behind her son, and essentially, if you want to return to the dungeon from any point, you just simply have to equip her son, and bam, you go straight back into the dungeon and to the very room that you left. So, that's cool. And you may notice that the bridge has turned automatically thanks to the wind. It's a nice little callback to forest temples and wind. Now, I've said this earlier, in one of my earlier playthroughs, the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time was originally supposed to be the Wind Temple, but somewhere down the development line they changed it to the Forest Temple, and elements of the Wind Temple were translated to the Shadow Temple and the Forest Room in Ganon's Tower. And of course we had the Wind Temple, which also had a forest theme to it, so it's a nice nod to there. And of course here we are dealing with wind, so yeah. And the Skulltula just died in the water. Must be manufactured by the Wicked Witch of the West or something. So yeah. Now I also like the detail here of the maps here. They actually show actual bodies of water, as you know, again, the most realistic Zelda yet. So yeah. Anyway, we found another monkey. Alright, so, yeah, let's go save this monkey, too. Come on. Oh, goody. The bridge collapsed. Yay. Alright. Let's go save a monkey. But first, go under here to get this treasure chest that has a good old yellow rupee. Yay. Money is always good. And of course, this monkey will demonstrate how to essentially free this monkey. We're just going to roll into this totem pole, and down the monkey will go. Yay. Freedom. Oh, and a couple of Bokoblins will not be happy about that, so we're going to kill them right now. And die. Yay, dead. Okay. Now, I like to comment about the treasure chest in this Zelda game. You know how in past Zelda games here that you You essentially open a treasure chest to get rupees and whatnot, and you still collect the item, still collect the rupee, even though your wallet is full. Well, here's the thing. In this Zelda game, it recognizes that problem. So, let's say you have reached your maximum limit of 300 rupees, and you open a treasure chest filled with rupees. Now, would you collect that said rupee from that treasure chest? Nope. The game will say, oh, your wallet's full, put it back, and we'll save it for later. And that can be kind of frustrating if you go through some harder temples and don't want to come back here for any reason at all. Yeah. All right. Now, what you've seen me do throughout here is these monkeys here are acting as a kind of a bridge for you. So you just have to do is grab the monkey and swing across, and yeah. Come on, grab the monkey and swing at the right moment. Swing as you're like, your legs are like at very high and stuff. If you let go too early, you might fall down, you might get hurt, and that's not good. But thankfully, I haven't reached the point where I fell down and, die or anything. Anyway, moving on. These Deku Baba things here, these are known as Baba Serpents. Essentially, they're Deku Babas at first, and then after you chop them off their stems, they will slither around and they will try to bite you, like you just saw that just a moment ago. And yeah, they are very creepy. Anyway, those bud things that are right there, they're known as Deku likes. They're just pretty much obstacles in your way. And if you just happen to somehow fall down into one for whatever reason, well, it'll spit you back out with less hearts. Now, the only way to kill these things is to toss some kind of explosive into it, and kaboom, it dies. Oh, I haven't said this in my Wind Waker playthrough, and I think it's relevant here as well. There are no likes in this game. No. There are no likes at all in this game, nor in Wind Waker. I guess it's because the developers realized that, hey, we get these fancy shields and they're a one-time use thing, and don't likes eat shields? Well, let's not include them in this game. But imagine if likes were in this game. Especially this one. I mean, realistic flesh of blob thingy? Ew. Yuck. Anyway, you just saw me toss a bomb onto a boulder that allows me access to this room. Anyway, the first thing you want to do here is go to the totem pole that has a treasure chest on it. Knock it off. And we will claim the item inside, which is a small key. Yay! Now here, there are enemies known as tile worms. Now, as the name suggests, they hide underneath certain tiles. Now, if you happen to stand on the tile worm is on, it will knock you up into the air and you will get hurt. But fortunately, you can figure out which tile they're on because they pop up occasionally and you can avoid that tile easily. So, yeah. Anyway, just light the torches here, and the staircase will raise so that you can climb it properly. And I just like how the music gets all sinister when there are enemies nearby and not attacking you. It's like, it's kind of like a version of the Jaws theme. It's like, da-dum, da-dum. See? Ooh, sinister, scary. And I'm not scared one bit. Alright, come on. Just gotta time your jump carefully, and we're gonna rescue this monkey right here. Timing. And yeah, it looks like behind the stairs is another treasure chest, but we'll get back to it eventually. Now, of course, there's a Skulltula guarding this cage. But don't worry, a few strikes in the finish move and ba-bam. Now, here's the cool thing. Sometimes when you use the finish move, Link does his whole twirling his sword thing and puts it up, and well, I think that's kind of cool. I think it's a nice way the animators want to put some variety into this Link. And gotta be careful against tile worms. Alright. Now, thankfully, there's one entire row that's completely safe, so you can just run across, or if you just want to, just dive into the water and swim across. It doesn't really matter. Any way to avoid these things. Alright, of course, there are some more wall Tolas here, so die and die, you stupid spiders. And just jump across, make a leap of faith, and climb the ivory. And you want to enter that door when we get to the top. Climbing, climbing, climbing. Now in this room, we are going to encounter another new enemy. And we have to beat it in order to save this monkey right here. Oh, there's the small key that has been eaten by a very big Baba. Now this big Baba here is, it's kind of a hybrid between a Deku Baba and the Deku-like. And essentially what we have to do is we have to kill the head of this thing right here. And once we kill the head, the body will turn into a Deku-like, and we have to use bomblings to kill it. So, basically what you have to do is keep your distance, just wait for it to smash its head on the ground, then strike it, use jump attacks if you can, and you should do fine with this thing. Ah, come on. Now, this thing kind of reminds you of the Boko Baba of Wind Waker, except less colorful. I mean, it's pretty dull looking, doesn't it? Yeah. Come on. Die, you stupid Audrey 2 monster thing. There we go. Alright, now it's turned into a Deku-like, so now we're going to grab a bombling and blow it up to get that small key. Alright. And will he go for it? And he missed. Thankfully there are 2 bomblings, so you can do this over and over if you screw up. And 3 points. Why is that small key sparkling? Is there something special about it? No. It's just an indicator to let you know that it's a small key, it's special. It unlocks this cage right here to free this monkey. Yay. Now, of course, those pots contain hearts and rupees and whatnot. Stuff that if you want to get, you want to get. If not, just move on. There's nothing really that important. Now, before we leave this room, toss a bombling down this... Ow! Stupid bombling. Retreat! Okay. Like I said, toss this bombling down the hole where this Deku-like is actually blocking a little cave. And inside this little cave is a treasure chest that you kind of want to open. Trust me on this. Now, if I manage to get a bombling down there, I will show you. Come on, now pick it up. Come on, Link. There we go. Now toss it. Yay. And it dies. Yay. Okay. Now, don't worry if you just get hurt dropping down. There are hearts right there. Now, this treasure chest contains something that you kind of want to get. A heart piece in a dungeon? Yep. Pretty much, again, there are 5 heart pieces per heart container in this game that the developers decided to add heart pieces inside the dungeons. Kind of makes sense. And this is not the first time a heart piece is inside a dungeon. If you recall from Forsaken Fortress and Wind Waker, it too had a heart piece inside the dungeon. So, yeah. And we're going to get used to it because this will not be the last time we will find a heart piece inside a dungeon. So, yeah. Anyway, now that we have freed 4 monkeys, they will pretty much form a bridge of sorts. And we are going to swing across each and every one of these monkeys until we make it to the other side. Here we go! Woohoo! I did it! I am awesome! Alright. Now, of course, these little nut things are there if you need to resupply yourself with anything, in case, like hearts and stuff, in case you fall down. Alright. Uh-oh. Door sealed. Must be mini-boss time. And it's that stupid Baboon Ook. This stupid, freaky boomerang thingy. Uh-oh. And he's cut down a couple of Baba serpents. Stop with the mooning! Alright, first thing you want to do is take care of these Baba serpents that are chopping down on you. Now, to defeat Ook, what you have to do is roll into the totem pole that he's on after he tosses the boomerang. And when the boomerang comes back towards him, he will get knocked down. And what you have to do after he's knocked down to the ground is you have to damage him by spanking his butt. Yeah, that's how you defeat him. You spank his big rear end. Okay, first there were human-headed chicken thingies now hitting enemies in their butt. Okay, whose bright idea was it to incorporate these elements? Aonuma? Miyamoto? I'd like an explanation, please. Anyway, Baboon can also use the boomerang to cut down more Baba serpents, but don't give it a chance. Just keep spanking its butt, and well, that's it. And you find out that he's actually being mind controlled by a bug. Again with the bugs. What is it with these bugs? Ugh. As you can see, Ook has come to his senses, and bye. Alright, so we faced the mini-boss, and now we're going to get the item, which is the boomerang. Now, I know what you're thinking. A chest hasn't appeared. We usually get the dungeon item from a treasure chest, but sometimes you can get the item straight from an enemy, like here. I mean, it's not the first time it's happened. I mean, take, for example, Dragon Roost Cavern in Wind Waker. When you go up to the top and free Medley from some moblins and such, she gives you the grappling hook that we use throughout the rest of the game. So, and it won't be the last time in this game that I will get an item the non-traditional Zelda way. So, yeah. Anyway, we got the Gale Boomerang. And like its Wind Waker counterpart, we can lock onto multiple targets. Now, essentially what we have to do is when the cursor flashes yellow, as you see here, lock onto it with R, and we can lock onto 5 targets simultaneously. Now, the cool thing about the Gale Boomerang is when you throw it, it casts a mini tornado along the path. So, I think that's kind of neat. It's kind of a cool gimmick on a familiar item. I mean, you kind of want to change things up every now and then. I mean, Having a regular old boomerang, been there, done that. Having a boomerang that produces wind? Cool. Now, I like the detail that when you're outside, there is no music. It's interesting. Anyway, we cannot go back the way we came because the monkeys will not be there anymore. Instead, we're going to go this way. And you can either wait for the wind to affect the bridge, or you can use the Gale Boomerang to speed things along. No, look! Another monkey! Turns out we didn't free them all. Yep, the rest of this dungeon will be us freeing some monkeys until we get just enough for us to cross into the boss room. Yay. Ah, monkey hop.
Break it, sweeping. Me working wrong.
Whatever you say, Imp. Of course, be careful of these annoying bat keys thingies. Of course, now that we have the Gale Boomerang, we can essentially toss them over towards us and slice and dice them. Anyway, going through this door, we will enter the Baba Serpent Deku-like room we've been in earlier. In fact, actually, we need to be here because remember the tile worm room? Ugh, say that 10 times fast. Remember that treasure chest behind those stairs that we cannot get? Well, now we're going to get them. Now, with the Gale Boomerang, we can actually knock out the torches that affect the staircase. And by doing so, we can, well, essentially make things, well, life will be much easier for us. And speaking of making life easier for us, we can actually use the Gale Boomerang to bring forth the tile worms from their hiding place. And so you can slice and dice them and kill them. But I'm not going to because, well, it'll be a waste of time. Now this treasure chest here is another heart piece. Yay! Yeah, essentially there are 2 heart pieces per dungeon. Well, most dungeons, that is. And yeah, do your best and try and find these heart pieces because, again, more life is good. Now, I like this little detail. Every time Link gets out of the water, he gets out, his clothes are all dripping wet, and they gradually dry off. And I think that's kind of cool. Yay. Anyway, there's nothing left to do in this area. We can move on and get out of here. And I don't know what I was thinking by killing these spiders. I didn't really need to go back to this way again, so yeah. Alright, so yeah. And I'm going to finish the Forest Temple in Part 7. We are going to face the boss. We're going to find out if the kids are here in this monster-infested area. Until then, see you next time.